1, 2, 1, 2,
1,
2.
A couple months ago, I made a video about how hard it was to get videos made in my tiny little office that was also the dog's room. March's home office, a bunch of storage, and the dog's room. And I said, once I have my own space, everything would be way better. Make videos way easier. But the last video I put out was like 4 or 5 weeks ago. And even though I've had my next video scripted for months, I still haven't filmed. I haven't started it yet. Probably because of ADHD, but I'm gonna say it's because of this space. So this is a panic video about setting up this new office. Welcome to my new office. I'm panicking. All right. Yeah, okay. That'll work for now. Welcome to my new YouTube studio / wannabe makerspace. It's not huge. It's actually a tiny bit smaller than the last space I was in. But the great thing about this space is it's all mine. I'm not sharing it with the dog. I'm not sharing it with storage. It's all for me. So let me show you around. Here's my desk area with my computer. I use this for model design and video editing and procrastination mostly. I've set this space aside for my laptop, which I'm able to use as a tablet for drawing, but it's also a useful surface to put things down on and tell yourself that you'll put them away later. And here at the end, I have my original Ender 3 printer that I started the channel with. And it's really been a great secondary print. Nah, who am I kidding? I haven't used this thing since Bamboo Lab sent me their P1S. But I am going to use it soon. I will. What? I'm going to use it. Next to that, I have these lights that I don't know really how to use, sitting on stands that are way too big for this room. On this side of the room, I have a sit-stand desk on wheels. This is dedicated to project work, getting cool top-down shots, and awkwardly shoehorning Christmas sponsor merch into the video. Then I have a cupboard. This will all change, but I've got some filament in here, some tools that I bought and used like one time, and some bits and pieces I need for videos that I keep telling myself will be the next video I make. But then I get overwhelmed and my brain shuts down and weeks pass, and then I find myself panic filming some video about setting up my makerspace or something. And this is my new 3D printer that we'll use to print some upgrades for the room. First up, these drawers. This is what my brain looks like. It's impossible to find what I'm looking for, even though there's barely anything in here. So I want to fix that. Seeing as what goes in these drawers will change and evolve, I'm going to use Gridfinity, so I can add things, remove things, and change things around. And when the stuff around me is organized, I'm slightly more likely to find what I need, and slightly less likely to become overwhelmed by the sheer multitude of things that surround me. If only Zach Friedman could invent a Gridfinity system for my brain. Right? Zach? Anyway, these speakers are too low. Any good audiophile knows you can't just have speakers down here doing sound, you know, this way. They got to be like, I wanted to design some cool speaker stands myself, but here's the thing about having a maker channel without maker skills or like basic levels of focus. You end up with a lot of ideas of cool things that you could learn to design and make, but then you realize that all of them would just take so long to do, and you haven't started yet and haven't put a video out in a month, so you know, you end up doing nothing. So I just printed out these speaker stands by Anti-DS4, and I think they're pretty neat. Speaking of neat,
you know PCBWay.
PCBWay have continued to support me despite the fact I can't keep up any sort of upload schedule. And their Christmas New Year sale is on till January 12th. So if you're interested in 3D printing something or creating your own PCB but don't have the equipment just yet, go to PCBWay to use their instant quote tool for 3D printing, PCB prototypes, and more. Whether you need 1 or 100, they can make it and send it straight to you. PCBWay have been a great support to me, and if you want to support me, check them out using my link in the description. Now, let's fix this laptop space. Okay, so this space is all good, but what if I need more space to put stuff? Like, let's say you had a plant over here next to the printer, and then you realized after you'd printed a bunch of stuff that the exhaust from the printer basically seemed to be killing the plant. So you need to put it somewhere else. Well then, you could print out these two little stands. Got one here for my laptop, and one for my notebooks. Perfect. Still don't know where to put this plant though. But at least I have some free space next to the printer now. So with the space, I'm thinking I want somewhere to put my build plates and, you know, have all my build plate cleaning stuff. There's a bunch of build plate stands online and some little stations for build plate cleaners, but none are quite what I want. So I decided to make some additions to this build plate holder by Michael 1980 to make a whole build plate station. Okay, so that looks good, and let's print. All right, we need to print this in 2 pieces, and I'll make these little tabs to align it. Print it out. Right, of course. Okay, we just grind these down a bit, I guess. There we go. And I hate it. Okay, I have a lot to do to make this space work for me, but there's one more thing that I wanted to do for this video, and that's add this shelf from Arcforms 3D. I've already printed out most of the parts already. I just have one more to do, and so far I've only managed to waste about half a roll of filament. I've already got the mounts up on the wall, so all I really have to do is print out the last piece and add the shelves to the mounts. What could go wrong? Was this shelf supposed to be a big success at the end of the video? Yes. Did it go to plan? No. Has it turned out to be less of a shelf and more of an unstable piece of wall art that could fall down at any moment and damage everything underneath it? Absolutely. But listen, a few years ago I stumbled my way through a 50k ultramarathon, and the best piece of advice that I was given was, when things get tough and everything inside you wants to give up, just remind yourself, I wanted this. This is what I signed up for. I've wanted to do this for a long time, and I absolutely love that I'm doing it, and that there are people out there enjoying it. It's been a crazy year. I've made 9 videos and somehow racked up over 3,500 subscribers and over 100,000 views. So thank you, all of you. Thank you to everyone that watches and comments. And I really appreciate those of you that went out of your way to send me encouraging messages. The truth is, I always get stressed out. And right now, I can't believe that this is the thing that I get to be stressed out about. And I promise my next video, who am I kidding? I have no idea what I'm doing next.
Shalom,